It's ancient, it's alive, and it's delicious. Welcome to the world of sourdough bread, where food meets chemistry. Sourdough isn't just a bread, it's a living science experiment. At its heart is the starter, a fermented mixture of flour and water teeming with wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria. These microbes don't come from a packet. They come from the air, your hands, and the flour itself. When you mix flour and water and let it sit, the yeast and bacteria begin to feed on the natural sugars in the flour, creating a chemical reaction that makes sourdough possible. The carbon dioxide gas forms bubbles, making the dough rise. The acids give sourdough its tang and help preserve it. During fermentation, the different types of complex carbohydrates in the flour, including starch, are broken down by various yeast enzymes to yield the sugar molecule, glucose. The glucose is further broken down into pyruvate through a process called glycolysis. Add 10 grams of flour and 10 grams of room temperature water. You're going to mix it up until it reaches a pancake-like consistency. Once it's mixed, you're going to pop the lid on and let it sit on your counter to ferment for about 7 days. Each day, you're going to discard half and feed it. Adding 150 grams of sourdough starter. So we're going to add 300 grams of water. Once everything is all mixed, we're going to zero our scale again and add 500 grams of flour. Then we're going to mix until our dough is shaggy. As you can see, our dough is nice and shaggy. So now we're going to cover it and let it rest for 1 hour. After your dough has rested, you are going to stretch and fold the dough every 30 minutes for about 2 hours. Now that we've done our last stretch and fold, we're going to let it bulk fermentate on the counter for about 6-ish hours. Kind of just depends on the climate of your home. It's been about 6-ish hours and my dough has doubled in size. So now we are going to shape it. You are now going to shape your dough into a ball, ensuring that you keep the tension tight and do not make any rips in the dough. You're going to repeat this twice with a 30-minute resting between. Alright, once we have our dough shaped in a ball and we're finished with the shaping, we're going to get a dishcloth or a Bonneton basket if you have one. Line it in flour, and then we're going to pick up our dough. Once it's in the basket, we're going to pinch it up to create more tension, and then we're going to wrap it up and let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, you're going to take your dough out of the fridge and score it with any design that you like. Once your dough is scored, you're going to place it in your Dutch oven and bake at 450 degrees for about 25 minutes. You're again going to take the lid off and bake for another 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. So we just took our sourdough out of the oven. This is how she's looking. Very hot. Now you're gonna let this sit and rest for a couple hours and then you can cut into it. Sourdough is chemistry you can taste. A daily reminder that the smallest living organisms can make something extraordinary. This isn't just food, it's science.